welcome back to Dyson Sphere with me, JD, and of course, Mr. Icarus. Now, we've got a lot of things we need to get through this episode, so, you know, bear with me. We're going to be a little bit rushed, but I want to get a lot of the prerequisites done to, freaking handcrafting menu, to get the frame material done. Also want to, I need to get the frame material done, to get strange matter, to get graviton lenses. But first thing we're going to start off is the splitter I'm standing on top of, which is a very, very important splitter. Previously, we were making our engines here, which we were then turning into the green motors, and then we're splitting them 50-50, 50% in the tower, 50% down here, to make the super magnetic rings. Yeah, we went from an electric motor to a turbine, which I understand the relation between a motor and a turbine, to a super magnetic ring, which doesn't look anything like an engine or a turbine. But that's besides the point. So we can now come to this splitter, which I've already done, and prioritized it. So it's, even though the arrow goes... No, the arrow goes out. Yes. So we've prioritized it. So items are coming in, are being sent over here to make sure this runs, to make the super magnetic rings, because they're a much more late game item. So that's step number one. Step number one, meaning I'm making more of those blue things, because we're going to need them. Step number two, to get our grand quest of the universe up and running and finished off and getting warpers, is I want to make strange matter. Now, strange matter requires three items. It requires particle containers, it requires iron, it requires deuterium. Deuterium we don't have. We're going to sort that out this episode. Iron, we got... Well, I was going to say we have plenty of iron. We don't have plenty of iron. We've got some iron. And particle containers. We have this little build here that's doing particle containers. And now it's actually importing those green engines from the other planet that we set up last episode. But, this is the big but, it doesn't make that many. And we are consuming them over here. They're coming out this tower. They're going on a little belt. And they are being consumed making the planetary logistics towers, to then also be consumed making the interstellar logistics stations, and technically they're also being consumed because the previous building is being consumed to make the orbital collectors. So we are burning through them, and the quickest answer for that is we're going to upgrade the production, just make them a little bit faster. So obviously you just drag this and you drag it out 3 more and you find out you're in the water. So we need to slide this down a couple of tiles and build 3 there. That'll do. 3. Yeah, we're going to build 3 of these. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to drag the copper around the front, the output around the front, the green engines around the rear, the graphene around the rear. Then we're going to paste those on top. Doesn't matter if belts are over the water because they float, and we're done. Okay, so that gets that up and running. It's a little bit more production, okay? Again, they're going to go in here, they're going to get moved to there. We only need a tiny amount of production to make strange matter, to make graviton lenses, to make space warpers, and eventually make green science, but we need something. And if we get it running now, it'll give it a bit of time to stack up. Next thing I need to do is, a couple of episodes ago, we cut off our hydrogen. We stopped burning it because we're going to need it for other projects. The project we're going to need it for is deuterium, but for right now I just need to plug that into there, set that to be hydrogen, set in some big shippies, set that to 100%, and you're already powered, we're done. All we're going to do is we're going to move the hydrogen from here to here, and then we can request into other planets and other places and use it for things. The last thing I need to do is I need to get frame material up and running. Now, frame material requires 3 items. It requires silicon, which we don't have. If we look out at our star, we can see that we got boned by the gods of RNG, and we have 325,000 silicon left. This is on 1x resources, so we just got boned. The gods of RNG hate us and rolled really, really low on silicon. Everything else we're doing mostly fine, but not great, but mostly fine. So, we need these. They require silicon. They also require titanium alloy, and they require carbon nanotubes. Now, titanium alloy we set up a very, very long time ago. In fact, on our home world, it is actually made all the way over here. It's made it over here, side of the world, tucked out of the way, off a tiny little iron patch that, you know, it's going fine. We are running out of resources on the home world. Carbon nanotubes were made over here as part of Purple Science. We have this little build here. Remember, we only needed 3 chemical plants. I made 4, so we had a little bit of extra overproduction because we've got 4 of them. They're happy. They're wonderful. They're going great. As for silicon, I made this little build. Let's turn on the spotlight. There we go. We made this little build over here, which is burning, stone into silicon. And it's the best we've got on this planet. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this little build. We're going to be bringing a belt in that direction. We're going to be doubling it up and adding another 3. We're definitely going to be adding a spray coater right about there, and we are going to be using this silicon. It's far from ideal, but it is what it is. Okay, we're going to be putting a large tower over here because I am going to want to be able to ship this stuff off planet, and you are going to need the other ingredients. So we're going to need mechanical frame level 6 so we can move a little bit faster. We're going to need carbon nanotubes. We're going to need titanium alloy. We're going to be outputting frame material. And I could bring goop. Let's bring goop directly here. Okay, so we're going to set this nice little more. Actually, no, we're going to put in, give me back those. I want half of those in there. I want all of those in there. I'm going to set you to 100%. We're going to put in power pole. We're going to set up that local demand first. We're going to set you to 1,000 and 50% cargo capacity. We're going to set you to 200 and you to 200 demand. And then all we need to do in theory is tag these 3 belts together. So you need an output. And we're low on power literally because we're charging 2 towers. Yeah, it's fine. It'll be charged in a minute. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to bring out a couple of tiles at least. And out a couple of tiles at least. Actually, where do you line up? Oh, look, it's like it was made that way. Alright, we're going to production, sprayer. I'm going to put a sprayer here and a sprayer here. We're going to bring a belt out carrying spray. I'm going to bring it up and into both those so they're done. We're going to go straight line, 3 tiles down here. That's going to be the return line, which we can tag in there. We're going to put in an assembler right there. You, sir, are going to be making frame material. We're going to go in, out. That's it. And how many assemblers do we get? Oh, we get 5 of them. Excellent. Now, these take like 6 seconds to craft or something, so it's not going to be super fast. How long do they take to craft? 6 seconds. 6 seconds, 5 assemblers. The ratios are not great, but it's enough to get the system started, okay? We're not using this for science or anything yet, so we don't need a constant supply. We're just using it for production, so I just need a little bit. And honestly, look, after we get 10 particle colliders, so 200 of the frame material, we're done. We don't need it for anything else yet, so that's perfectly fine. So we're going to set up this build. Build is up and running. Build is happy. We are excellent. We're going to throw our last bit of silicon in there. And we're just going to let this stack up. It's allowed to have 1,000 in it. So it's going to go for quite some time. So build done. Move on. All right. Next thing we want to do, is we want to grab materials. I am going to want to, this episode, play with the automatic pilot. Now, we do have these automated on the other world, the brand new world, on the North Pole. But I don't have any of that stuff shipped, especially the super magnetic rings. I just don't have any of them. So for right now, I'm just going to handcraft 9 of them. Handcraft 9 of them, get it over and done with. Next thing I want is, I'm going to want Blue Belt, because it's going to be actually critically important to our quest. And I'm out of wind turbines, so we're going to grab 50 wind turbines, aka draggable power poles. And with that done, we are going to be jumping across to our... oh, no, we need to go to the gas giant first. I need to go to the gas giant, and I need to grab the 26... oh, hang on, is that 27? 27? No, that's the wrong type. 26 orbital collectors I have. Now, these are the ones that are taking forever to build. 1, because they require all the other materials. 2, they require the charged accumulators. And we're a little bit short on those. They also require the reinforced thrusters all the way back here. Reinforced thruster, that one, which requires the green engines, which it's trying its hardest. Like, these two machines are going flat out making them, but you know, it requires a lot of them, and you know, they're also used in the big ships. And you know, I could just start importing reinforced thrusters here. No, we don't have a free slot. We can, and this is one of the reasons why the workshop has been built the way the workshop has been, is you can change over like this belt, which is late game does not keep up. That much I can confirm. You can just feed the materials in and then get rid of these couple of assemblers and make everything a little bit smaller if you want. Highly optional. Anyway, we're going to head to our gas giant. So we are going to... Oh, no, I reset the marker. We just need to... Oh, hang on. Do I have power? We should be fine. We're going to head to our gas giant. Now, when flying to a gas giant, you want to try and aim for the equator. Very, very important. You want to try and get to the equator and preferably hit the planet. There we go. Okay, so once you get here, you are going to want to press the B menu, and you're going to want to look for two dark lines intersecting, or two of these heavier lines intersecting. And you want to use the mini-map to try and find the equator, because the orbital collectors can only be built on the equator. So what I want to do is I want to aim for a crossroad, one of these two major lines crossing. I want to put down an orbital collector. Orbital collector, great little building. What it does is gets us 2 milestones. One for placing an orbital collector, another one for getting fire ice, because my particular gas giant is an ice giant. So an ice giant has fire ice, also has hydrogen. Hydrogen, both a gas giant and an ice giant have hydrogen. The difference between a ice giant and a gas giant is we have fire ice and hydrogen. Gas giant has hydrogen deuterium. Deuterium being the product that we're trying to go and get this episode. So, we can get one of these up and running. Oh, milestones. We're up to 19 of 42, so we're almost halfway there. But I don't really want to build that. Okay, I really don't want to build that right now. What I do want to do is I want to show you this wonderful blueprint, which you can pick up and you can place anywhere you want, and instantly puts down the 40, because that's how many fit around a gas giant. If we go back into here and we click on this, we can see there are 40 collectors. Puts down all the 40 that are available to put on the planet. Unfortunately, the blueprint system might be a bit stupid and put them all on the side of the planet I'm not happen to be on, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to fly around the planet. We're going to put these down. The important thing is I'm going to bring up the C menu and actually remove all those. Put in the fire ice and the hydrogen instead. The important thing is I'm going to watch this, and as this gets down to, rather than 11 to 12, 10 to 12, when it gets down to 0, I'm going to hang around for a minute and wait for the bots to catch up to me, and then rinse and repeat and so on. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a sec after we circumfly the gas giant and get all these guys down, because we want gases. We want a lot of gases. The fire ice is going to help us with a graphene recipe, and the hydrogen is actually what we're going to be playing with mostly this episode, trying to convert it into deuterium. So as you can see, I stop, and then whenever I have a free bot, I just slide onto the next tower and get the next tower placed, and it's just going to take us a minute. I have no idea how many left. A few, actually. It's going to take us a minute or two. Okay, last orbital collector is down, and if we scroll around the planet really quickly and look at the first one. No, please. Oh, really? I can't click on it? Okay. Oh, we're completely out of fuel. Never mind. Let's put in the better fuel. Oh, it's because I've got all the drones out and about. Yeah, I've left drones all over the planet. Alright, either way, we can see that these guys are collecting. They do get upgraded as you get better and better research. So as you do the mining productivity research that we're doing actually right now, we can see that my current mining speed, my gathering speed is 9.6 multipliers of whatever, you know, the planet has. As we get better and better research, we can definitely mine faster. Okay, what I want to do is I just want to get off planet. So I want to go to our tightly locked planet. Hopefully I have enough that we can get off world. Oh, here come the rest of the drones. 10, 11. No idea where drone number 12 is. We're just going to leave you here. And as long as we can get out to space. Come on. Come on, Icarus. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Just need a little bit of oomph. Oomph. I need to break the gas giant's hold. There we go. Okay. We're just going to head this way ever so slowly whilst we recharge with one drone. No? Drone stop using power. Excellent. Okay. So, I know how to go faster. Shh. Alright. So what I want to do is I want to head to our tightly locked planet. 1, because it's great to build on because it has no water or lava or anything else I have to build around. 2, because hopefully it means I've got a blueprint. I can make a blueprint that I can share with you guys in case you guys are, well, ignoring the whole, you know, no foundation challenge, which I'm trying to complete this playthrough at least. So yeah, we're going to head here. At the same time, I am going to thank and remind you guys that I am going to start naming, as soon as we get Warp Tech, which is going to be an episode or 2, I expect. As soon as we get Warp Tech up and running, I'm going to start naming planets. Wow, what a landing, Icarus. I'm going to start naming planets after supporters. So those that choose to support the channel, either through a YouTube membership or over at Patreon. Because one of the things the channel is trying to do this year is we're trying to go ad-free. Okay, I'm really shooting for ad-free 2022. So to do that, I need to replace the otherwise YouTube advertiser dollars with something else. And what I do is I ask you guys, look, if you enjoy the fact that you get to watch the whole video start to end without any ads, consider supporting the channel. Right beside the subscribe button, which you should have clicked by now, is the like button. There's also the join button. You can join the channel for as little as $1 a month. You get a couple of perks like early access to videos. On top of that, you get to know that, you know, you're helping support the channel go 100% ad-free. But we need to get miniature particle colliders. So we can come in here and we can go demand, 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 and throw in, where's our big ships? Big ships. And we'll throw in the little ships as well. Wrong demand. That demand. Because none of this stuff is made on this planet. Okay, demand, 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 demand. And that should get 4 of the 5 ingredients we need to make the miniature particle colliders. The other one comes from this one, which is the brand new frame material that we just got up and running. As you can see, it says there's 400 coming. I don't think there's actually 400 coming. I think there's going to be a less, but we've got something, which is what all that matters. Realistically, as I said, we only need about 10 of these guys. So if I can just get enough that we've got 10 of them, I'm perfectly happy. So with that out of the way, we're going to head over and we're going to find somewhere to build, which is going to be here, I think. So what I want to do is we have a dark line here and a dark line here. What I want to do is I want to put you, say there, with some power poles, good old draggable power poles. We'll drag those down to here. And what I want to do is I definitely want to set up a deuterium build. Now, as I said, 2 different ways of getting deuterium. One is through the miniature particle collider, the one that we just enabled and started running. The catch is it's going to cost us 10 hydrogen to get 5 deuterium, and it takes 2.5 seconds. On top of that, the miniature particle collider, big giant building it is particle collider. You know, it's probably going to be fairly power heavy. 12 megawatts worth of power. This planet has 150 megawatts with 100 years. We've only got 50 megawatts spare. Less than ideal. Okay, our other option when it comes to making deuterium is you can use a fractionator. Now, the fractionator, it's a 1-to-1. So for every 1 bit of hydrogen, you get 1 bit of deuterium. Sounds great. Except rather than it being a set crafting time, it's a 1% chance. So 1% chance means if we run 100 hydrogen through it, one of it's going to get kicked out as deuterium. Also means if we run through 100 per minute, we're going to get 1 deuterium per minute. On average, because it's a percentage. If we run 1,000 through, we get out 10. What I want to do is I want to put through as much as possible, as fast as possible. That's going to be today's objective. Try and getting a stack of these fractionators, right? These lovely things up and running, and trying to get hydrogen passing through them as fast as possible. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to use Blue Belt. Okay, it moves 30 items per second. Okay, we're going to make a nice loop. Now, if I feed this with hydrogen, and the hydrogen just passes around and round, we would get out 1 per second. And a Blue Belt moving at full speed is around about 1,800 items per minute, which means we'd be making about 18 deuterium per minute, which is whatever per second. Not a lot, not a lot. 1 every 3 seconds? 3 seconds? Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. Doesn't really matter. It's not terribly fast. We can, and I've seen it lots of builds like this, we can put a splitter in like this, okay? And this way we can bring the belt up, plug it in there, and then we can have a bunch of these in series, okay? So let's trim that belt up 1 tile, and that belt up 1 tile. Okay, we're gonna have a bunch of these in series, so I can, copy that and paste it right beside, and up a tile. Do this, and we click on our splitter, and we prioritize that input and that output, okay? And the idea being is I feed hydrogen here, and it'll fill the first loop, then it'll fill the second loop, then it'll fill the third loop, and so on and so forth. There's a catch. If I put 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there, you can see that if I just drag them in a straight line, they're technically closer to one another. So I want them as close as possible. So that's going to be objective number 1. Try and get them as close to one another as possible. Now, if I click on the build menu, I have a nice hard line here that goes all the way through from this sector of the planet to this sector of the planet to this sector of the planet, and I have another one right here. I want to build in the middle of these two. So we're going to bring out our hydrogen line right here. Number 1, assuming that's going to be hydrogen. Bring our belt all the way down to here. When we get to the end, we'll put in a splitter, like so. And then we'll split our hydrogen into probably 2 different builds. Maybe it'll be 3, maybe it'll be 4. Doesn't really matter. Next thing I want to do is... we're going to need a loop belt. Because what I need to do is I need to not loop through individual builds. I want to loop through a stack of builds. So we're going to have a loop belt, which will come down here. Let's go... Hang on. Yeah, let's go down here. And then production fractionators, I want probably that time. No. Start at this end. I want to go from there to there. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to bring my materials through all these. And if that goes in there, yep, done. You can go away. Come on. And what I want to do is I want to put a splitter here with probably a follow-up splitter there. And I want to side load, okay? Because it's side loaded, it means whenever there's a gap on the belt, we'll slide in extra material, okay? And that's going to be our start of our build, okay? And power, we should be able to get power in... Well, actually, before we do that, let's put an output. We're going to come out there, we're going to come up to here and into there. Nice and simple. We're not doing anything too complicated. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Oh, do we want to proliferate this? No, not really. Actually, I don't even know what happens if we try and proliferate Fractionator. Question for later. Okay. We'd have to get more production out. Yeah. But hydrogen's not something you're short on, so I don't think it's something we're going to proliferate. Maybe we will in the future, but not for right now. Okay, so we have output at the front. It's going to pop up here. It's going to come up here. We do need to have power poles. Let's put a power pole there. And there. And there. That was quick. That was easy. Everything's powered. I feel bad that everything could be one tile closer. Look, let's just very, very quickly actually copy from there. Ooh, there. Paste. It's in the queue. We're going to just remove everything from there. Ooh, there. And paste. And, oh, really? I copied the bit that went over the line. Fine. Fine, we'll just build it by hand again. Alright, that line goes up to there. Production, Fractionator goes here. Yep, down to there. That looks right. Blue belt, we want to go out this guy, over a couple of tiles, down to there, straight down to there, one more tile, into there, in, and in. Okay, and then that can go to there. Wrong button. That one. Okay, so that is our basic build. Okay, nothing too complicated, nothing over the top. It's what we've been building in Dyson Sphere for quite some time. We're going to add shippies. We're going to set port number 1 to be hydrogen. We're going to set port number 2 to be deuterium. We're going to go remote demand. We're going to get some hydrogen in here. I'll throw in my 1 bit of hydrogen. Whee! And off it goes. Okay. Oh, the bell's okay. Yay, I get my 1 bit of hydrogen back. Okay, 1 bit of hydrogen, throw that. Oh. Throw that on the belt, and that's going to go through. Really? 3rd time's a charm. Through the build, and it's going to pass through each one of these and turn them on until eventually it does enough passes and it will magically turn into a piece of deuterium. Meanwhile, full belt coming through, high speed, let's go. So, as we can see, we're doing 1800 minutes. Oh, we got a piece of deuterium. One of these did a conversion, which it would help if I hooked up all the output belts. Yep, that makes it work like 10,000 times better. Okay, so one of them made it a piece of deuterium. Excellent, and we can see we're producing some. And if we look at the first guy at the start of the queue is doing 1800 per minute. By the time we get to the end of the queue, it's dropped down to 1700 per minute. Now, I can improve things, okay? We got access to, in this update, the magic of the piler. So, the piler does an interesting thing. It stacks things one on top of one another. So, if I put down 2 of these guys, plus I then put down a splitter, and then a 3rd one of these guys, we can do this wonderful thing where I take... let's go with green belt into there and into there. Then we go into there and into there. And then I go with the blue belt into there and into there. Okay, so what this does is it takes a single piece of hydrogen and stacks onto it another piece of hydrogen to go from 1 high to 2 high after it goes through the first 2 pilers. To then, I need to use a splitter because the splitters have an internal buffer in them. So then we can take the 2 plus the 2 and sort of squeeze them together and make sure that they're hard up against one another. And then put it through here where we're going to put 2 on top of 2 to give us a stack of 4. Which means when I put a power pole in here and I actually set up you to do hydrogen and you to do hydrogen, we're going to see, actually it probably wouldn't hurt, upgrade all those to make them go faster. We're going to see that this is 2 high, and this at the speed of light that it's passing. Let's well, it's stopped moving. That makes it so much easier to see. We can see this is now 4 high, which means if we come back down here, the first guy is not doing 1800 anymore. He's doing 2,500, way faster, and the last guy is doing 2,000. But I can improve things because what's happening is these are 4 high when they go in, and then occasionally one of them is getting ripped off and converted into a piece of deuterium and being fired back out of the system. Which means we go from 4 high to 3 high to 2 high to 1 high, and we can see that the heights of the belt's changing all over the place. What I'd like to do is I'd like to put in a bit of a break And if we put another piler right here, we can then take the opportunity to stack them back together. Which now means we're going to fill in each one of those gaps wherever possible, and your production rate goes up to 7,000. 7,000? Really happy number. Really, really happy number. Even at the end, we're up to 5,000. It also means that our output belt, being green belt, being 12 items per second, pretty busy. Let's go local planet. Let's go Deuterium. Let's go favorites, just the first one. Let's see, production, okay, production way better. In fact, with just one line running, we're already doing 400 per minute. Also means we're chewing 4,000 hydrogen per minute, but that's perfectly fine. So what I want to do from here is we want to see, can I put a power pole that side? And a power pole that side. And a power pole that side. Because if we can move the power poles, which we can, it now means we're going to drag this up to here. We're going to grab our belts. We're going to go in from the rear, up through each one of these machines, bit by bit by bit. Give me back my belt. I'm going to come up, down to here. I'm going to grab another piler. I'm going to put this piler right there to match the other side. Are you one tile too far out? You're one tile too far out. Okay, try again. I'm going to put that piler right there. Plug that in there. Bring that down to here. Means I'm going to grab my power poles. We're going to put a power pole here, and here, and here. Is that right? No, we need you to slide over top. Okay. And then we're going to plug this belt in here, which is going to fill a second row, which is going to need an output. So we're just going to join up our outputs real quick. You to you to you, you to you to you, and that belt can't keep up anymore. So we need to upgrade that whole line, and hopefully it clears. Yes, it clears. Okay, alright. So we are now at 800-ish per second. Which is great. It's a very, very good number. You know what would make it better? Is if we copied everything from there to there, press the paste button, and put the whole build there. Oh, too close to another power facility? I must move you over time. Too close to another power facility. Really? How far away from one power pole does the next power pole have to be? Oh, one more tile. Okay, alright, fine. What we're going to do then is we're going to cancel that line. I'm going to cancel that power pole. Does that break things? It does break things. Can I get a power pole in here somewhere? No. Right, we'll put you guys there and there, so at least it's powered and keeps running. We now know we need to move out one tile. Cool. We also can see that I need blue belt. Buildings, blue belts. Request 100. 100 is a start. How much do I need? 155. Okay. We can see that we're going to need a splitter in there. We can see that I need this to drain, and because it's a 1% chance, that could take some time. So we're going to do the adult thing, and we're just going to rip up everything. Okay, maybe I ripped up too much. You guys can go back in normal. We have blue belt. Yellow belt. Please start converting things. I have a problem that I have too much stuff. Into there, please. Cancel. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's a start. It's a bad start, but it's a start. Alright. Actually, hydrogen's cheap. Can we just delete the hydrogen? Yes. And then we can use the Icarus vacuum cleaner to just grab everything. Yeah. Okay, I want that. I want that. I want all the hydrogen to go away. That was a mistake. Okay. Alright, can we burn off some of that? And then delete the rest. Alright, do we happen to have another 100 belt? We have another 100 belt. Alright, let's put that there. Let's get that part done. This part of the blueprint obviously didn't get copied. Collide with object. Oh, wrong direction. There to there to there to there. There to there to there to there. We obviously should give you an output so you actually start moving. There to there. Go. Excellent. Alright, so it's one loop up and running. The other loop, just everything between there and there, make it go away. Okay. Burn all the hydrogen. The deuterium we're going to put straight into there because it's sort of a bit of a rare resource. We're going to use the great Icarus vacuum to just clean up everything. Cool. 2 items littered. Alright. Delete that. Sort the inventory. Burn off some fire ice as well. Okay, we need to now get rid of that power pole, and that power pole, and we now know the whole blueprint gets moved over a tile and click. Okay, and we now know you're in the wrong spot. You need to go there, into there, into there. You lack of item, really? Just ran out. Okay, another request. Another 100, please. Thank you. Took up some green belt for the moment, just so they're running. That goes there, that goes there. All that blue belt's missing. We know that was wrong. Lack of item. I get that into there. Cool. And green belt will do us there to there to there to there. And there to there to there to there. Alright, so that's both builds running at least. May have a few issues with throughput, but it's a start. And what went wrong? Something went wrong. Oh. Good old one belt missing. Okay, with one belt fixed. Belt, please. Thank you. I'll just grab all 100. Let's put in another request, just in case. Okay, alright. So we want to upgrade. We want chain upgrade. So I want to upgrade that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, and that bit. We want to make sure that this central belt is upgraded to blue speed, because we found out very, very quickly it needed to be. That's upgraded to blue. Oh. You, and again. Belt not connect. Okay. And lack of replacing item. Can I get... No, it's not arrived yet. Okay. Should be here any second. And how are we going? You... Oh, have a tiny bit... See, this is what caches. This is a tiny bit of green belt right here. That's what's slowing down the whole build. Oh, and there's a tiny bit there as well. Awesome. Alright. So, can we get two... I literally need 2 belt. 2 belts, sir. Can't even craft it. No, there's no way we have those materials on us. But, we are up to... we're still around about the 900 mark. But this one's got 7,000 items passing through it. And also has 7,000. You have considerably less because you're going through 1 tile of green, and you have considerably less because you're going through 1 tile of green. So we definitely need those 2 belts. In transit 100. Where is my belt? Zoom out. That must be that guy. I'll be here shortly. Oh, we got 100 belt. And I'm requesting on the 100 straight away. Okay. I want area of upgrade. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Where that's all in at full speed. We're going to do that 1 tile there. We're going to do that 1 tile there. That's already done. We're going to do that 1 tile there, that 1 tile there. And we walk back up to the top and just confirm that that's done and that's done. And I think that's it. I think we're good. That's all done. That's all done. That's all done. Yes, the only bits of green belt are the output into the main output line. Apart from that, everything else is blue belt and running at 30 items per second. And we can definitely see that these belts are stacked up. And we're now up to 1,300 per minute. Which means in the next episode, not in this episode, we can definitely get out Strange Banner. We should also be able to look at Deuterium fuel rods, although they do cost a significant amount of iron, and I'm not super poor on iron, but most of it's located on the lava planet. This one is down to 800. Home one is down to, oh, not that one. Home planet is down to 1.5k or 1.5 million. So we're definitely low on iron, but yeah, we're getting there. And more importantly, this blueprint fits inside this section. So if you want to copy, you will find this blueprint on my Discord server, and you could just copy and paste it anywhere you wanted and duplicate the build very quickly. And it also means, well, I turn off the requesting, but we're up to 1,000 Deuterium. So yeah, the whole system's backed up, which is perfect because it means we have a heap of Deuterium. I could add, actually it's not a bad idea. Storage, I have 7 on me. You know what? We are definitely going to make advantage of tanks. 1, 2, 3. Each. Ooh, let's not have that kink. No, that'll do. And there to there. Each one of these holds 10,000 each, which means they can each fill up the tower. Each one fill up the tower. I want that tile. Back one more tile. I want that tile. They can each fill up the tower once. So what we have right here now in storage is 1 tower's worth, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 7 towers worth. Can I dump all of that into there? And I don't have any hydrogen on me. Hydrogen is coming in. Oh, that's right, I removed the power pole. That is probably important. We'll drop you there. We'll put a symmetry one in there for symmetry's sake. So that is going to be it for today's episode. We have one hell of a Deuterium build that now has storage included. Funny thing was, it only used 36 fractionators, which use 1 point something megawatt each, which is actually a lot more than I thought they would. They use 720 kilowatts each, but because we're putting through stacks, they're consuming a lot more power than they normally would. More importantly, they are miles faster, miles and miles and miles faster than a normal, well, than the miniature particle colliders. Speaking of miniature particle colliders, we have, which tower is it? Which tower is it? 12 of them. 12 of them ready to go, which is probably all we need. Also, we could start burning off hydrogen on this planet to provide us with some power, which we might also look at doing in the next episode, because we have more things to build, and there's a limit to how many wind turbines I'm willing to throw down. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. If you want this blueprint, you shall find it on my Discord server. Links are always down in the description. And with that said, we're going to call it here. So, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye.